We've got a great game here for you as Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fly to the Northwest to take on Sam Darnold and the Seahawks. My name's Tyler here with my brother Ryan, and we're going to be breaking down this Week 5 matchup and provide our predictions at the very end. So be sure to leave a like and a comment. Let us know who you think is going to win and why. And hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can get to 8,000 subscribers by the end of October. Ryan, big game here, I think, for both of these teams. Both these teams are 3-1. Tampa Bay nearly, honestly, stole a victory against Philadelphia here. This 31-25 victory. I think it was a lot, uh, much more. Uh, um, what's the word I want to say here? It should have been this close. Two just
No.
explosive touchdowns. I think uh, by Tampa Bay. I have some concerns. I think for this offense, just because with the injuries that they have, and they had some key injuries on the defensive side of the ball today too that we're going to need to monitor just as well. Seattle on the flip side, though, I was very impressed with the way that they performed in Arizona. Say what you want about the Arizona offense, but this defense really shut down Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr. until the very end of the game. Really, when they got those final two touchdowns to tie it up, but then Jake Myers got the game-winning field goal, nearly missed it again. But I think the thing that actually impressed me most, though, was this Seahawks offense is actually, I think, playing extremely well. And so this Arizona Cardinals defense, as we've talked about for the past couple of years, keeps on improving. Jonathan Gannon is a really good defensive head coach, and like they played a really good offensive game today. I know the numbers, like Sam Darnold's numbers, aren't too great. Actually, I'd say that 18 for 26, 242 yards. Then the thing to me though that I was really impressed on is if they can keep on having running performances like they did against this Arizona Cardinals defensive front, as I just mentioned there, 155 total team yards. It is
Yeah.
going to be a really interesting team to watch, and not something I personally expected going into this season. What was this offense being super great, which with all the major moves that they made. But Ryan, want to throw it over to you here. What are your overall thoughts on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and also Seattle 4 games into the season?
Yeah. Right now, the Tampa Bay Bucks, in my opinion, have been just a story of perseverance so far this season. They just, no matter what injuries seem to be thrown their way, they just seem to be performing at a really high level. And
Yeah.
I do like what they've done so far. Baker Mayfield, it's crazy. I'm going to mention this because the two quarterbacks in this game, but going back and looking at that Carolina team from 3 or 4 years ago, and both of these guys were on there, and like it's crazy that these guys both now have kind of cemented themselves as like true starting quarterbacks in the NFL. And I think of the two, I would probably take Baker, but Sam Darnold's not far behind on that list, and he's the only reason why this game was even close today against Philadelphia. So I really like what the Bucks have been doing on that front. Unfortunately, the injuries are just starting to add up. They may get some relief here, depending on some of the guys that started the season on injured reserve, like Jalen McMillan. There's a chance that Chris Godwin could potentially play
He came
in
back
this.
today.
Oh, he did. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
He had 10
and
targets.
so, oh, nice. So Chris Godwin is back as well. So hopefully that wide receiver room can continue to get better. But that offensive line is banged up as well. We'll have to see. But yeah, seeing those defensive injuries now is starting to concern me. And kind of flip it over to Seattle, they're just a really solid team. Mike McDonald has this team defensively super sound. I really like what JSN has been able to do on the offensive side of the ball as well, and kind of grow into that wide receiver one role. Torrey Horton, one of my favorite wide receivers in last year's draft class, has come on and done fairly well for them and made some big catches in some key moments on Thursday Night Football and then in the game last weekend as well. So I like both of these teams a lot. This is a tough one. This one will probably have NFC potential. The Falcons right now are kind of running away, or the Bucs are running away with that division right now. But the
That's
Seahawks,
very early on still.
yeah. But the Seahawks, that's a really tough division right now, so they might be in the wild card hunt. Um, but this is a really fun game between two really good NFC teams.
Yeah, so you think the Seahawks are in the wild card hunt? Is that what you said?
Well, sorry, they're in the division race. I look at the rest of that division, and I think the Rams are probably going to come out on top of that, and so then that would make
Maybe.
them a wild card team. They are far and away a playoff contender for sure.
Yeah, oh yeah. division, the NFC West, this division's really good. I mean, the
Yeah.
Niners. I personally, the Niners are the weakest team as of right now. I think the weakest team, the weakest part of all this, it might actually be the offensive coordinator of the Arizona Cardinals. But that's for the Arizona video. But in general, though, I think the Niners might be the weakest team. I look at the Seahawks team, and I was impressed. I've
Yeah.
been impressed with JSN and his overall performance and his development now being that lead guy. Sam Darnold's been good. This offensive line for Seattle is improving. There's still weaknesses, but it is definitely improving as a whole.
Yeah.
Charles Cross, I think is really good. This running game is taking off, as I said. That's just the offensive side of the ball. This defensive side of the ball is really no joke. Like I know the Cardinals didn't have James Conner, but they still only held Arizona to 89 rushing yards, and 41 of those was Kyler Murray
Yeah.
as well. And so and even offensively too. They in passing game they held Kyler Murray to just 200 yards and they sacked him 6 times,
Yeah.
which is big. And so, as I said, side note: Arizona Cardinals offense coordinator not good, but that's a separate side note. But in general, though, I say all that. Then when I look at this game here and talk about playoff implications, especially without Mike Evans. But I just don't see how Tampa Bay Buccaneers can win this game going into Seattle unless they somehow do what they've just done these 4 games, where they somehow miraculously keep it a one possession game and then they have the ball last. Like in this
Yeah.
one though, it's going to be a really fun matchup to see Tampa Bay Buccaneers front seven go up against the Seattle Seahawks offensive line. Can Seattle's offensive line hold up? It's like there are some really good parts, but then there's some really weak, just poor parts. I still think in the interior, but on the flip side of that though too, is in this past game, the secondary. Can they get JSN going here, get him in space, really open things up, and make him a priority on the
Yeah.
offensive side of the ball? Make the defense focus on him, make him the priority, which is going to open things up for Kenneth Walker as well. And I liked his performance this year so far. And I think if the Seahawks don't beat themselves, then I see the Seahawks kind of running away with this one, because this Seahawks defense arguably might be better than Philadelphia's. And if it wasn't for these two just like crazy, like explosive touchdown passes by Bucky Irving and the Emeka Egbuka one, absolutely wild. Did you see the highlights of that one? Like
No, I
went
did not.
through 2 defenders' arms, and Egbuka was like shocked that it landed in his arms, and he ran for a touchdown. And
Oh,
so
I did see that one.
yeah,
I did. Yeah.
so that's the stuff I'm saying. Like, and
Yeah.
not to take anything away from them coming back or their perseverance. Because I agree with you, Baker Mayfield, even as a Falcons fan, as you can see right here, like how can you not root for Baker Mayfield
Oh, yeah.
and just how hard he fights. And Sam Darnold's up there too.
Yeah.
He was on the path to be a journeyman backup quarterback, and he gets his opportunity in Minnesota, takes advantage of it, and now he set himself up for a really good year in Seattle,
Yeah.
and made $100 million. So congratulations to him. So did Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield, and so
Yeah.
if it wasn't obvious now when it comes to predictions, I just think for here, like the way Tampa Bay is going to win this game is if they're going to have to grind this game out and make it as quick as possible, like time of possession, like 70 minutes, to Seattle's like 4. And I'm being hyperbolic. I know
Yeah.
that's over 60 minutes, but it really is like 35-minute possession, and try and keep Seattle offense off the field, grind down this defense as well. Because I think if it just turns into a shoot 'em out game, like this, eventually this Seahawks defense, like eventually Tampa Bay is going to slip up, and maybe Seattle could too, but I think Seattle can win in multiple different ways. They can get up a touchdown and they're like, hey, we'll just grind it out here. That's fine. If we need JSN and Cooper Cup, and then also to Torrey Horton as well, which has been a
Yeah.
great find. I think they can also go that route. And while
Yeah.
for Tampa Bay, I just think that's the way they're going to have to win this game.
I'm also going to go with Seattle. I originally was going to go with Tampa Bay, but then just seeing how the injuries have stacked up on the defensive side of the ball as well now too, like Tampa Bay is going to have to play a perfect game, and that's not fully how they play. They take some chances. Baker's a little bit of a gunslinger in the sense of he likes to throw into tight windows and do that. And especially too, they've been in some close games. They've had to make some comebacks this year. So he's been put in more of those situations than
Yeah,
normal. But I agree. I think Seattle's very sound. This defense is very good. And offensively, I don't think they're elite, but with a really solid defense, they play very good complementary football. They were clutch against Arizona, going down and getting in position to make that field goal to win in that game as well. So I really like this game. I'm really looking forward to it, but I'm gonna go with Seattle here.
I think that's a good call. Way to change your mind.
Thanks. So let's go ahead. Let's wrap it up here. If you guys have not already, please go ahead and like and subscribe. That is the best way to help out the channel. While you're down there, leave a comment on who you think is going to come out ahead in this matchup. Will it be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Will it be the Seattle Seahawks? None of that. We'll see you guys next time.